Amy Slaton really struggling after divorce from Michael Holterman. Family Slam's new boyfriend Amy Slaton is doing her best to bounce back after divorcing her husband Michael Holterman after 6 years of marriage. But friends are concerned she may be heading down a dark path, a source told In Touch exclusively following her recent arrest on drug charges with new boyfriend Brian Lavorne. Amy is trying to put a positive face on and move forward without Michael, but she's really struggling, the source said. It was a big shock to everyone when she was arrested a few months ago for marijuana and magic mushroom possession, and her friends and family were pointing the finger at Brian. The source said Brian is new in her life and it's time. He's completely unknown to anyone. They fear he's taking advantage of her because she's still in a very vulnerable position. They feel he's a bad influence on her and she can't think straight, the source continued. Amy, 37, was bitten by a camel while visiting Tennessee Safari Park on September 2 and was rescued in Crockett County, Tennessee. Spokesperson Stephen Sutton said in a statement that a safari park employee called 911 to report that an ambulance was needed due to a camel bite. Upon arrival, officers were immediately alarmed by a suspicious odor coming from the guest's vehicle. Amy, who was visiting the park with Brian and their 2 sons, Gage and Glenn, was arrested on suspicion of unlawful possession of Schedule I, unlawful possession of Schedule V, and 2 counts of child endangerment. Officers found what appeared to be marijuana and mushrooms in the reality star's car, claiming that the items were obvious. The charges and allegations referred to in this press release are merely allegations of criminal activity, not evidence. Defendants are presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt and convicted through due process of law. Amy was released the next day on $10,000 bail, paid by her brother Chris Combs, and pleaded not guilty to drug possession and child endangerment charges. The fact that she was charged with having drugs in her car while driving with her children is astonishing. Her kids are everything to her and she's putting them at risk and risking losing custody. She's totally devastated by the divorce and is still trying to recover. It's clear she's not doing well, the source noted. It's a very difficult time for her. Sisters split with Michael, 41, in February 2023, and he filed for divorce a month later. The divorce was finalized in October of this year, and the former couple agreed to share custody of their son. I have a 70% chance of catching the boys and Michael has a 30% chance of catching them, Amy later revealed. Amy broke down in tears about the divorce during an episode of the series in October. I want to get rid of these couches because they remind me of Michael. I can't stand her and I want her out, she tearfully told her sister Amanda Holterman. Right now I'm just focused on myself, my mental health, my physical health and my appearance. I just want to get new hair and get rid of all that excess skin. I'm ready to change my hair color. Amy Slaton has struggled since becoming famous. Her demons have been amplified to harmful levels. Amy Slaton, who competed on the 1,000-pound series Sisters rose to fame, is now facing a long list of child endangerment issues. And friends of the TV personality are blaming the people who helped groom her for TV stardom. Since becoming famous on TV, she has struggled with a lot of issues, including bipolar disorder and an ugly breakup, a source told In Touch exclusively. Her ex Michael Holterman, 36, will divorce in March 2023 after 4 years of separation. The couple filed for marriage. Now drugs are complicating everything, the source added, referring to Amy's arrest on September 2 on drug possession and child endangerment charges. At the time, Amy was visiting Tennessee Safari Park with her 2 young sons, Glenn and Gage, and a man named Brian Scott Loveborn. She was reportedly bitten by a camel, which led to a 911 call. Upon arrival, officers were surprised by a suspicious odor coming from the guest's vehicle, the police department said in a Facebook post. The reality star was arrested on charges of unlawful possession of Schedule 1 and 6 drugs and 2 counts of child endangerment. While Amy was transported from the zoo on a stretcher but remained in custody at Crockett County Jail. To Brian. It does look very dark and deadly. Are noticing the drastic changes in Amy's life. Fans and people in her life feel she's a victim of exploitation. Her mood's never been darker, the source shares. These demons she's had have been amplified to a toxic degree by putting her on camera. Amy has been starring alongside sister Tammy Slaton on 1,000 Pound. She had bariatric surgery in 2019 and lost more than 175 pounds by the end of 2023. Sisters since 2020. However, that proved to be a difficult year for Amy after Michael filed for divorce that March. Earlier this year, Amy began documenting a new romance with a man named Kevin, but by March, they had seemingly broken up, as she hinted that she was newly single on social media. "Life is already hard," she told fans. "I don't want to be around anyone who makes it worse." Now she's facing drug and child endangerment charges. The source points out, she is scheduled to appear back in Crockett County Court on November 7. "It's a horrible scenario where she has very few people to turn to," adds the insider. "Her finances are in the toilet. Many around her think it'll be a miracle if Amy comes out of this alive."